Okay, let's move on. There's a whole bunch of things to cover. These explicit books that were being promoted to children in Big W and Target, and as I understand, they've withdrawn those, but there's other bookstores that still have this book. Give us some insight here.
Look, I've got a copy of it here on my desk, and to be honest, it's not something I would even... my husband would not even want to look at this, and it has been so disturbing to think that some of the stuff in here that I wouldn't be able to actually speak to you on air about, it would actually be censored on air. And this book apparently is, certainly in the book it says it's for 11-year-olds, but one of the co-authors has said that it's suitable even for mature 8-year-olds. And I'm telling you, the explicit nature of this book has shocked me. And what it's made us aware of is that there are these books creeping into our large department stores, family stores, and so we need to be alert. We need to be aware, and particularly as adults and parents, I would say, and school teachers, Sunday school teachers, keep an eye out on what is available. Keep an eye out on what your children are actually being given, because I tell you what, if some of my young grandchildren had gotten hold of this, they would have been so shocked and made sexually aware way too young. So look, people power is an amazing thing, Neil, and people power got it off the Big W shelves. I'm not sure that it's out of Dymocks or Target yet, but I'll check on that as well today. But we've been working hard, as along with other organisations, Women's Forum, that organisations such as that have been working hard on this as well. And so yes, people power works, and I would encourage people to keep an eye on what their children are being given to read, what is available in any shelf.
Isn't it interesting as a Christian, because sometimes we're called prudish around these sorts of issues, and yet we will say, well, adults have a certain right to look at what they want to look at, but hey, when it comes to our kids, there's this vigilance that we have to have. And really, when you're wandering through the department store and you're looking at the children's book section, if you come across something that doesn't look right, what should you do, Wendy?
Well, there was an older woman who stood in front of the books for a very long time, and the staff were trying to move her out of Big W, to be honest, because she just did not want to allow any children to see them. But what you need to do is to, basically contact ACL or Women's Forum Australia, one of these organisations, because we can motivate lots of people to get involved. But even your one voice to go up to the counter and very respectfully say, this is not good, because the people behind the information desk are not the ones who are the buyers of this book, but they can pass on the message. Social media, again, is another really powerful way to get your message across. And this goes back to the Misinformation and Disinformation Bill, because even there, if you say that this is not suitable for children and the government disagrees, then your post can be removed. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle, but we need to get people involved in lots of voices complaining about something like this, because it shows that this is not prudish to actually say that this is wrong, because Australians right across the nation have just jumped up and down when they've seen what's in this book and that it's available for 8-year-old children. So get involved. That's what I say. Don't walk past it. You know, the whole walking past evil is never going to actually address it. So don't walk past it, because when you walk past something that you know is wrong, you actually become part of the problem.
And you might be angry about it, but as you say, Wendy, when you are alerting those people at the front counter, they're not the ones responsible. So certainly a formal way that you can actually make your protest heard without being angry at the staff. We want to honour all those retail staff. They're working in circumstances, and this is being foisted upon them too. I mean, if you work in a retail outlet and you are forced to sell things that we will say are completely immoral, and it's absolutely irresponsible to put this thing in front of children, and you work there in that retail setting, you also deserve to be protected by not having that sort of material there.